Well, there we go. This is number two. And it looks like it's working now. So again, apologize for that glitch. My I'll figure it out later. So anyway, so this is actually 4Q boundaries itself. So this is the trainer that we use. The website itself is basically as under the dashboard. Members of this website, they're able to go in. This is the first lesson. They're listening to what we call the tool trainer. And that tool trainer is actually an audio. This one's actually 21 minutes long. This is what we're going to listen to. So I'm going to stop talking and start listening. We're going to start going into this. But the tool trainer itself that we'll be listening to is 21 minutes long. It's going to be an introduction. We'll be playing with the concept of grounding itself, then a conclusion. Then from there, we'll go back to me talking for a few more minutes, and then we'll end this broadcast. So again, apologize for the glitch, but let's just start with the audio. So enjoy. Let's begin. What I'd like you to do is lean back in a chair, relax your body, and close your eyes. And just start to notice your breath. Notice, what does it feel like to breathe air into your body, as well as letting the air go out of your body. I'd also like you to be aware of your body itself and notice that you're sitting in a chair right now. Feel your body pressed against the chair. You can also notice that your feet are flat on the floor. Be aware of what is it like to actually have your feet on the floor. And just continue to breathe. Continue to allow your body to relax. And I'd like you to also notice that you're wearing clothes and feel the weight of the clothes on your body. I'd also like you to raise your hands at the moment and have your palms facing each other. And I'd like you just to touch your hands to each other. And as you're awakening this sense of feeling, I'd like you just to notice, what is it like to have your right hand touch your left hand? Can you feel that? And as you're feeling with your right hand, you can also change the way you feel by putting your attention on your left hand and notice that your left hand can feel your right. And now I'd like you to bring your hands to your face. Just start to notice, what does your face feel like? Is it soft? Is it warm? Is it cold? And also notice the bones underneath your skin.
Also feel your eyebrows and your ears. Just give yourself permission just to slow down enough to notice yourself. How do you experience yourself? I'd also like you just to be aware that, just like with your hands, you can also feel your hands from the perspective of your face versus your hands touching your face and feeling your face with your hands. And notice the difference. And when you're done, you can put your hands back down on your lap and just notice, what is it like to have your hands laying in your lap. Remember your breathing. I'd also like you to be aware of gravity. Notice that gravity is actually keeping you in your chair. The weight of your arms is keeping your arms down. Be aware of that sense of gravity where you're not floating up to the ceiling. You're actually firmly attached to that chair, and that's due to gravity. Just notice that weight. Now, I'd like you to imagine seeing your spine. Notice your head, and below your head from your neck all the way down to the base of your spine. Notice the length of your spine. Now, at the base of your spine, there's a little portion there. It's a tail. It's called your coccyx. Just imagine that small little tail. Just notice, can you be aware of that area of your body? And as you're using your imagination to notice this portion of your body, I'd like you to imagine seeing it. And if you were able to see it, what does it look like? Could you see it as a color? Could you see it as an image? When you notice the base of your spine, is it more from a feeling perspective? So as you're putting your attention on that part of your body, I'd like you to notice, how are you distinguishing this part of your body? And by the way, there's no right way of doing this. I just want you to start to become more aware of, when you notice something, how do you notice it? Is it through feeling? Is it through vision? Is it through sensation of touch? Or maybe it's just a conceptual level. It's like, well, I'm not really sure how to experience the base of my spine. So I'm just going to imagine that I notice it. So it'll be more of a thought than anything else. And those different ways, they all work. Just be aware of it. Now, I'd like you to take your attention off the base of your spine, and I'd like you to imagine just going down to the center of the planet. Ask yourself, if you could go down to the center of the planet, how would you see the center of the planet? What color would that be? What sensation, if you're feeling it? But if you could see it, what color? How would it look to you? Use your imagination. Now, I'd like you to look at both the base of your spine as well as the center of the planet, and notice the distance between those 2 points. How do you see those 2 points? Now, as you're looking at these 2 points, I'd like you to imagine creating a line. And this line goes from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the planet. Imagine this line is connected solidly into the base of your spine. It's like fused into the base of your spine, and then it's fused into the center of the planet, where you have this really strong connection. And as you're doing that, I'd like you to notice, what color is that for you? Just imagine that as you're creating this line, there's a certain color, and there's no right or wrong to the color. Just when you're creating this line, what color would that be? And now I'd like you to take your attention off of that line, which we actually call a grounding cord. I'd like you to put your attention back on your body. Notice your breathing. Notice that you're sitting in a chair. Be aware of the base of your spine and notice that you also have that grounding cord attached to the base of your spine. And I'd like you to be aware of that. As you're paying attention to your body, notice that there's a continuation. You have a longer tail, and it goes all the way down to the center of the planet. As you are paying attention to yourself, I'd like you to just notice your body, notice your arms, notice your legs, and just notice, is there any places in your body that there may be tension? And as you're doing this, I'd also like you to be aware of gravity right now. And what gravity does is it actually is helping you stay in your chair, but as you notice it, it also continues down your grounding cord. So whenever you notice there may be pain or discomfort in your body, I'd like you to imagine gravity helping you release that tension in your body and let it go down your grounding. And notice that it will leave. And just start to allow this grounding cord to work. Now, as you're also noticing your grounding cord, I'd like you to notice your thoughts. As you've been doing this exercise, have you been paying attention to what you're thinking? If you started to drift away and you stopped paying attention to your body or your grounding cord, I'd like you to notice, where did you go? What were you thinking about? Where did your attention go to? And there's nothing wrong with that because that's actually part of a learning process. Just be aware of what happened. Put your attention back on your body. Put your attention back on your grounding cord. Now imagine taking that thought and just throwing it down your grounding cord. And continue to breathe. Now what I'd like you to do is open your eyes and notice, what is it like to be grounded with your eyes open. You can look around the room. Notice what it's like. And now I'd like you to close your eyes again. Notice that you still have that grounding cord attached to you. What color are you using for that grounding cord? And if you don't have a color picked out, then make up one. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine changing your grounding cord from the color that you picked to a bright yellow. And as you change your grounding cord to that bright yellow, I'd like again, notice how does your body respond to this? Notice, do you start remembering things? And what is it that you're remembering? Do you like this color or don't you? Now I'd like you to change your grounding cord color from that bright yellow to a red color. And notice, what is it like to have a red colored grounding cord? And now from a red colored grounding cord, I'd like you to change your grounding cord to a forest green. How do you experience your grounding cord in your body? Your grounding cord is at a forest green. Now from a forest green, I'd like you to change your grounding cord to a baby blue. Now I'd like you to change your grounding cord from a baby blue to a brown. Again, be aware of your breathing. Notice that you're sitting in a chair. You've just changed your grounding cord to a brown. Can you tell the difference between brown and the other colors? And now I'd like you to change your grounding cord to whatever color that you would like to use. But I want you to be aware of what color is that for you. Congratulations, you just completed lesson 1. So how was it? How did you enjoy the experience of learning how to ground yourself? So one of the things I would just have you do is just be mindful that even though this was a meditation, this is also a mindfulness course. So be aware of that groundedness, using your grounding cord throughout the day. I'd say when you wake up in the morning, first thing you do is just notice, okay, can I be grounded? Before you go to bed, again, have that intention of, can I be aware of this grounding cord? And then for the next 6 days, be aware that we have the skill builder. And the whole point of the skill builder is to help you build the skill of using your grounding cord, which is one of the reasons why I say, hey, if you only have 5 minutes in a day, then just listen to one audio. If you have more time, then listen to more. The whole point is that as you keep building the skill of grounding, you'll get better at it. You'll be able to release more. It becomes just a part of your natural state of being. And then also on the 7th day, be aware that we have a challenge. And that challenge is basically taking all the different colors that you have in the skill builder, and we combine it into one playlist. So if you want to listen to more than one audio, you won't know which color is going to come next because the player is actually playing at random. So, and one thing I will say is just be aware that these audios are also designed for not just this week, but it's also for next year, 2 years, 5 years from now. The strength builders as well as the challenges are there for you to use as a tool. So whenever you feel like you're stuck, when you don't feel like you're releasing, when you feel overwhelmed, you can go right to the audio, turn on audio, and focus on that tool instead of like the issues that you're dealing with. So congratulations and enjoy your week of grounding. And I look forward to speaking with you in lesson 2. Take care.